Welcome to Properties and Pints, where we educate home buyers and sellers one pint at a time. We're here with Ryan and Nina from Champion Title and Settlements.
And where are we? We are...
Yeah, Shoes, Cup, and Cork.
Shoes, Cup, and Cork in Old Town Leesburg, built in the 1880s. It's got, like, coffee, it's got wine, it's got a secret garden.
It's got truffle fries.
Truffle fries, and it has this awesome poker room that we're sitting in right now.
Yeah. A lot of history here. It's really cool. We'll get into that later, though.
Yes.
So we want to talk about a little bit about like closing horror stories. Some things that you might have seen at the table. You know?
Really? You want me to bring those up? Don't you want to not scare all those new buyers out there?
It's not scary if one of these happens to you and you have good people like Champion Title there.
We appreciate that.
Because, you know, it's same as we've said in another episode, you know, you only care about a good pilot when things go wrong.
Yes.
And so you kind of like, why do we have an attorney there? And it's for things like this,
yes.
Right? So what kind of things can go?
So one of our favorite things that happens, and it's definitely one of those moments where you kind of freeze, is names. Names always bring up questions. So we've had it where the seller shows up, buyer shows up, and their name is not actually their name. They've gone by this name for their entire life. So Jane Ann Smith. Ann is what she goes by. Ann is what she's filled everything out in. But when she shows up to buy her house, her driver's license says Jane, which is really awesome at the table because we need new lender docs, we need to verify IDs, we need to rerun batches. So that's a great moment where we need what's known as also known as an AKA.
Well, so like if Bono was buying a house, it probably wouldn't say Bono.
No, it would
right?
have
Or
to
you
have
go,
real
oh my
legal
gosh.
It's legal tax name, huh?
Yes.
Oh.
What is
or
your
like the
legal
artist
name?
formerly known as Prince? It couldn't just be like the simple.
Right. You gotta have an actual name on there.
Okay.
So what I would tell you guys is have your clients fill it out with what their legal name is, what's on their driver's license, social security card, birth certificate, something like that. That's what we're looking for.
And I'm sure, but if there's that discrepancy, you're there.
Exactly.
You can fix that.
Yes, we pull in the lender, we get new docs, we do name affidavits, which show them that these are the same people, but hey, Bono's always signed as Bono, so that's why he put that.
And it could always, could that be done in a day, or would you have to delay everything?
I've done it in 15 minutes.
Wow.
There you go.
I thought that was going to take like a couple hours.
Nope, done it in 15 minutes. It's a little bit of a stretch, but definitely,
Right.
Yeah, we've got a great team behind us. So whenever I say, hey Ryan, I need a little help, can you get the title guys on this?
And Ryan's like, sure, get his signature for me too.
I want Bono's on it.
Starting rumors.
Always starting rumors.
So what other kind of thing?
So another one of our interesting ones is if you show up at the table and you decide you actually wanted somebody else on title than who you told us originally. So we have had parents show up and say, why are my children not on this loan? Why aren't they on the deed?
Oh.
So make sure you tell everybody, because that is something that doesn't take 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That we've got to run judgment searches and go back. So a lot of times the reason you want the attorney there is because you want them to be able to explain ways to add those individuals after closing, which is a very strong possibility and easy to do.
Okay.
And you wouldn't have to delay your settlement.
Exactly. Then you don't need the addendums for closing date. You don't need to get the seller's approval. So those are things that you have to add attorney for.
Yeah. And so that happens.
That does happen.
And they don't have to be on the loan, but they can still be on the title.
They do have to be on the deed of trust if they're going to be on the deed. Yes.
Right.
Yep. They don't need to be on the
They
note.
like I could buy a house and say put my dog on it. Can you put a dog on it?
No, I don't think so. I think in Virginia the rule is just
oh, okay, darn.
You put me on it. If you buy a house,
I could put.
I'll go on there.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can talk about wire fraud being a big issue.
Okay, and then you can just jump.
And I'll jump in with dead people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
thinking about
how.
Yeah, I guess I'll start. I was gonna say, so has there ever been dead people on like the?
Or no, they're gonna end with that.
Yeah,
well,
Yeah,
Wire.
Okay.
Oh, wire fraud.
So I've asked about have we ever had anybody wire money to a dead person, and then we can kind of segue into wire fraud to that when he's done.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna do that. If you ever wired money to dead
Just actually say, Ryan, what about you? Anything else coming around?
Ask him the question. I think it's funny. Hey, random question.
It's a random thought.
I think we're gonna keep all this in the episode somehow.
So people, you have to wire money obviously for a purchase. Have you ever seen anyone like wire money to like someone that's no longer, maybe someone dead? I don't know.
We'll answer that question indirectly. Let's
Okay.
answer the wire part first.
Okay, yeah, it's a
Nina
big
loves
issue.
to talk about that.
Wire fraud's a big
Big
issue.
deal.
So wire fraud, yeah, it seems like it's on the rise like crazy. I don't have the stats in front of me, but up like a couple 1,000% over the last few years. The FBI has a whole department dedicated now to cyber crime and in particular related to real estate transactions. So just a crazy situation we had that really couldn't have been prevented on our side. We always warn everybody to double check wire instructions, call us to confirm if you receive an email that looks like it comes from us or from a party. You got to call and verify, and you have to call a number that's maybe listed on the website, not just somebody in some email that was
Text or
doctored or
email,
text, right? So there was a deal we had where the buyer didn't have an agent, so he was an unrepresented buyer, and there was
Get an agent.
Get an agent. It's another reason
Get
to
an
get an
agent.
agent.
Number one.
On the listing side, the listing agent's email was hacked.
Oh.
Fake wiring instructions were sent to the buyer
Oh dear.
for a Bob's Title Company in Texas,
Okay.
even though he had been dealing with Champion Title, and I think he was only supposed to wire just a little bit of money
Yep.
to us at the time of closing, and this was a much larger amount, and he went ahead and sent off his money to some account somewhere.
No.
Exists.
Gone.
So something to be really, really careful about. We preach it every sales
Just
meeting
call
with real estate
and
agents,
talk
or just
to your title rep and your
all of
lender.
our welcome letters talk about your wire.
And they're in red letters.
we
and
verbal-
you're-
Yeah.
It's on every
It's
email.
on every
It's on
email.
our
It's on the
emails,
ADAs.
it's on all
It's
that.
everything.
But
It's scary.
still, it can happen.
So yeah, it can happen, and unfortunately, if there's a small amount of money that goes missing, I think there's so much of it that who knows if they're even going to be able
Yeah.
to chase it down
Yeah.
and track it down, and so just something to be really careful about.
Good advice.
Dead people though.
Now,
Nina?
dead people, though, we have one of our attorneys who was in closing
Mhm.
and found that they were doing a refinance. On that refinance, there was a mother and a son. The son was there to sign. She said, "Is your mother coming in to sign?" He said, "Yes, tomorrow. She'll be back in the country. She's traveling." "Okay, no problem. We'll put her on." He calls back later. "She's unfortunately not going to make it tomorrow. Can we do a power of attorney? If you can get us the original power of attorney, no problem." Well, one of the red flags went up from the lender, and they said, "I don't think the mom is alive anymore. I actually think she's deceased." So
dear.
they were trying to sign on a refinance using
Her name.
kind of leaving her off, hoping nobody'd catch on, use a power of attorney,
Pretend she's still
pretend
alive.
she's still alive, that's fine.
Whoa.
Bear your
So
credits.
they did
Cool.
not close. I will
Okay.
tell you that kind of caught everybody up on
Yeah.
to speed
Okay.
quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they
it
were
sounds
not
like
allowed
Weekend
to
at
buy.
Bernie's.
Yeah.
Yes, still alive, but not
Like,
here.
here,
Yeah.
sign this, Mom.
She took a nap at the
She's-
table. It was totally fine.
She's on Ambien. She's a long flight.
This is just how she is. Leave her alone.
Those are probably our favorites.
Those are good ones, and again show the importance of having like experience, competent, smart title representation. So,
Yep.
well, what are we drinking today?
Rise Up Stout out of I think it's Evolution Brewing out of Delaware. I think.
And I am drinking Baby Daddy by
Baby Daddy.
Speakeasy. So shout out to all my many baby daddies.
Mhm.
No, I really only have one. So Jim, shout out.
That's really good.
This is Holy Moses. This is the white ale.
That's what Jim was saying when I said shout out to all my baby daddies.
Almost.
Holy Moses.
And I I got the weekend lager.
Oh.
Ryan's
Thursday?
ready to
Feeling
start
like
the
the
weekend.
It does feel like the
On
weekend.
the
We're there.
weekend.
We're getting there.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.